Hi everyone, let's continue to the session. Now what I will do, I will go to attribute editor and now at first we'll go to outliner. We'll just put the outliner over here, somehow over here, and now in attribute editor I will go to nucleus 1. In nucleus 1 there are more features, but at first what I will do, I will just deselect it, so I don't need the nucleus property features over here. So if you deselect the enable, the nucleus property features will be off and your simulation will play smoothly as compared to the previous one. If you on this thing, that means nucleus will embed its property features to your model or your geometry, and it may take few times. So I will just deselect it, that means I will uncheck the enable, and uh, few I think few frames my simulation will be fast. Now what I will do next, I will just put this in a particular layer, because layer management is very important. Just I have to put over here, I will rename this blob, okay, and I will make a and give a color blob underscore 001. Okay, now we'll have selected the particular object. As you can see over here, we have just selected the object from the outliner, and right click will add selected object. Now you can hide easily. Okay, so what I will do next, I will make a box, so this will act as a ground, so that would be fine. So it's going so much of down, so I just select the box only. We'll drag this little bit, we'll put it somewhere over here. So we'll go to another view and we'll check by 4 pressing. You can check, as you can see, if I just play it, what happens. So I just press 5. Now I have to put it over here, somehow over here. Okay, fine. So now what I will do, I will just select this and we'll go to modify freeze transformation, because I have the values and I have to just put it 0 0. So freeze transformation, and now I will just select this box and we'll go to edit, delete by type, so we don't need any type of history, and now the history is cleaned. So we have the box and the blob. Now we'll go to window, and in window here you have the hypergraph hierarchy. So here you find the cloth 1 data, which is here. So I will select the cloth 1 data from hypergraph hierarchy, and we have all the things here, and we'll close this for a time. I just selected the cloth data, and now we have one more thing, is that bifrost. So we will select the bifrost, and here you have the liquid. So we will select the liquid, click. Now it has formed over here, but you cannot see. So I will just put 4 as I play forward. At it will cache the same. Now what we will do, I will select the blob shape and we'll go to attribute editor and we'll select the bifrost shape. Here we have the bifrost shape. Now we'll go to bifrost liquid container 1. So we will discuss this later words because we have to just go through the collision and all. So at first I will go to bifrost shape 1 and what I will do, we have bifrost meshing and I will go here and will enable it. So now what we will do, if I press 3, what happens? See, it will smooth it as it's forming more precise thing. As you can see, it's bouncing so much. And now we'll just add sign new material and we will add the ocean shader. Let's see what happens. Okay, now here you have the ocean attributes and well, you can use it according to your need. As you can see over here, it's shining so much, so you have all the things lighted over here. That means you have to just apply one by one and will press 4. Now what we will do, we'll select the bifrost liquid and we'll just select the p cube also, and now we'll go to bifrost, we'll add collider. Now the collider has been added and we'll at first play it. As you can see, it's working quite fine. So what I will do now, instead of using ocean now, I will just assign new material and just put the blend only because it is getting heavy so much. So now you can see it's looking fine. So for checking purpose I just put the ocean, and but when we use to compose that shot we will just put the ocean shader later words. We'll press 4 and we have all the things. So we have bifrost mesh and we have bifrost panel, we have bifrost liquid. So all the things are coming over here. So what else we have? So as you can see, now we'll go to I think hypergraph hierarchy, and here we have all the connections. So we'll select the blob also, so we just select both of them, and after that right now, so in bifrost we have the collider, so we will just apply the collider. Now you can see the collider has applied and there is a small dot like structure is forming over here. So as you can see, now it's showing again all the things, property features, and you have pressure. If you increase the pressure damping little bit of it and just go to the previous frame, and if you can see that somehow it will change its shape and all, so you can collide. So now you have the idea how you can create the viscose liquid, and you can go to start pressure and you can also work with pump rate and all. So we have just made the simple liquid, so you can collide with any other object. So we had to just click over the create passive collider and it will collide the same. And also you have to do some modification with attribute editor and all, because it's very important. Now you have the idea about the nucleus and the Ncloth. First I will just make a new version. So go to file and will make a new version, save scene as. I will just make a new particular version. So continue as you have the idea about how you can just make the things like that. And okay, now let's see to the next session. Hello everyone. So in this session we will make this particular section of particles and we will just duplicate this and we will collide both of them in the same platform. So let's continue. So if I select this part and at first I will go to first frame. As you can see, we have applied bifrost and all in this, and if the collide will happen then we will apply some textures. So now what I will do, I will just select this part and will do the Control D. If I do the Control D, if I go previous frame, what I will get? I will get nothing because the animation will not be copied. So I will delete this and will put the fresh part. So Control D again. Now as you can see, we are in first frame, so we have taken the shape of it and it will automatic update the shape. As if you are in middle frame, whatever shape will came, it will automatic copied in the duplicate version. So I will just put that first shape, and after that what I will do, I will just select this part and this would be the second cloth and we will put the second cloth modifier. So what we will do, we will go to mesh and here we have the create Ncloth as we have discussed earlier, and after clicking over the Ncloth we will form nucleus, and in attribute editor we have Ncloth shape 2. In shape 2 we have the preset, and as you can see there are collision and all the things embedded over here. So at first you should go to preset and we'll change it to water balloon and we'll replace it same. If you need some much more of its result, you can go to blend 90 or even 75% or 50%. So I will replace by 100%. So I will replace it, and when it replaced, it shows the note the water filled balloon to be simulated here by using the volume. So that means it has been applied to that particular body. Now going to dynamic property, which is just below it, here you have the dynamic property, and in dynamic property there is input mesh. So as you can see here, there is the input mesh, attract, and this is 0.00. So we will make this 0.2. as you can increase this little bit and enter it. And after that we'll just select the ground, and as we have did it before but we will just do it right now, create passive collider. Now we will select the blob shape and go to its attribute editor, and here we have the Ncloth shape 2 which is by default open. So in the dynamic property map, we'll go to dynamic property map, and here you found the particular wrinkle map section. So in this checkerboard you can have the noise which is by default texture present in Maya. I will just click this noise, and after that we'll go to time. Here you found the time and we'll animate it one by one. So make sure that you are in first frame, right click, set key, and we'll go further and we'll make it around 5 and right click set key. So let's check what happens. As you can see, it's getting collide with that particular one. And get ejected out. So I will pause this. Now if you press 3, it will add smoothness, and after that just select any of the part, right click, go to assign new material, and here you can put any other material. So I will put blend, and in blend you may have the color, and you can implement the color like this. Or if you want to add the texture, you can go over here. You just have all the things. So if you want to add noise, you can add noise and press 6. So you have the noise. Now if you want to change the color, you can change, and same with this one, right click, assign new material, and blend, because blend has some sort of luster in it. And here you have the color panel, click over here, and here you have the fractal, so you can change the color. So as you can see, we have just animated it, and it's just producing some amount of stickiness in it, because we have just make the ground, which is passive collider, and these all are cloth, which is basically Ncloth. We just put it over Nmesh. So you can take the seamless texture, because as you can see here is the seams which is get produced when it's moving around. So you can simply put some sort of texture, or even you can also implement the shader. Hope you have the idea about fluids. Now let's move to the next session.